Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. This is a second part to a wine Merlot that I'm doing. Stick around, I'm going to now pressure transfer it into a carboy and then age it for 2 weeks to let it settle and clear out and then bottle it. So this is that video. Right, now just so you know, I've been sick, so I have been unwell, so I've been posting videos that I've already done just to cope up with it, so I'm getting better now. I've just had some really bad bug and it's going away. You probably found in some of my videos I was pretty croaky. Anyway, what I'm here to do today is just do our secondary part, or secondary like stabilizing and degassing, as well as clearing it out. So today, all I'm going to do is siphon it from this Firmzilla into this carboy here. And that carboy is just going to let it clear out. So we shall start by making sure the pressure's right. It's about 10 pounds, it's a bit over, I think. And that's just gas that this has produced itself, and it's been there, I'll let you know too, this has been here for 3 weeks, just sitting there fermenting, so it's a good long time. So right now this is pressurized to 10 pounds of PSI, and what I'm going to do is get my sanitized hose, which I've had here in the Firkin sanitizer. I've already sanitized my carboy, as you can see the sanitizer all in it, and from that I'm going to pretty much siphon it. Now make sure that I put this pipe in here first, because this is under pressure, and what I've got in here is the little ball here, if you can see that on this camera, floating around. That will have the hose underneath it, which will pick up the clearest part of the wine. Once I put this on, pressure will want to push down through that hose out where I'll click this one onto. What's going to happen is, it's going to quickly come out of this hose. Ready? And there it goes. So it's just going to push itself out of that hose. It's got gas in it. As you can see, it's foaming up. So this is gas. So what we're going to do next is degas it. So we'll let that fill up, we'll let that siphon down to the bottom, and then we'll get back to you. So what we have here, guys, is you can see the sediment on the bottom there. I'm sure you can see that. I hope you can. That is what we don't want in our wine. And you can see the wine here is fizzy. It's because it's carbonated, like a drink. So we've got to get rid of that. So what we have to do now is add in... So what we have to add in is potassium sorbate. Potassium sorbate helps to settle the sediment. So we'll pour that in. Now everything's always been sanitized, so that goes in. We also have to add potassium metabisulfite. So that one goes in as well and does pretty much the same thing. Clears it out. So with this, we pour it in, like that. And we now have to stir that for about 10 minutes with something sanitized like this. Now I haven't got much of a stirrer for this, it's not big, but this stirs really well. And what the stirring does is actually promotes the gas, and of course stirs the, what do you call it, stirs the chemicals in there. And what it does, we're trying to get the gas out of the wine. We just stir that until it, for 30 seconds each way. They say you can do it with a drill and a little paddle, which I can't get in here, I haven't got anything like that, so I'll just do it like this. And this, every 30 seconds, just alternate, You know, turn one direction, have it stir so it stirs, and then after 30 seconds, turn your direction around and go the opposite direction. And that way it pulls against itself and all the gas gets pushed out. So I'll get back to you once I've done. Okay, the gas is not fully removed, but my arms are tired. I've got to get myself a drill to make it easier for me. But I'm just going to quickly taste it. That's quite a nice flavour already. Once gas is almost gone, that's fine. It's got to age a little bit, but it's actually tasting like a really nice wine. So now what I'm going to do is probably not shouldn't be tasting it like that, but it does taste great. So I'm not going to whinge about that. I could drink that now. But we do have to sit it for 24 hours now because we've mixed in the metabisulfite and the other one, potassium carbonate or sorbate. With that, we pop our sanitized lid, which I'll just make sure it is. Pop the lid on. This will gas. It will ferment a little bit and let gas out. So I'm going to put a breather on it, if I can find one. So I'll grab a new one I've got, and I'll pop that in. So, we're missing something. So I always put sanitizer in my breather and my airlock. A lot of people, they just say put water in it. Water tends to allow bad bacteria to get in. We don't want that, so the sanitizer will help me much more than water will. So that just gets whacked into our little carboy lid. I'll just take that off, push that in the hole. And all that'll do is just allow it to breathe as it degasses and settles. I'm going to leave this for 24 hours. And after 24 hours, I'm going to add Kaiser Sol in the mix to help settle it down and clear it out. And then leave that for 14 more days. That's what they say to do in here. Might be longer, might be less. And then I'll bottle it. So we'll see you soon. I'm just going to bottle and talk you through a few things, and then we'll say goodbye, and our next video will be coming soon. See you soon. Bye. So what we've got is our little bottles. This is what our wine goes in. I've cleaned these and sanitized these, and now I'm just going to empty out the sanitizer just so I don't have too much sanitizer in my brew. So that's it. So I'll just empty these bottles all out. Make sure they don't have any sanitizer left in it. Well, mostly sanitizer won't hurt you, but you want beer. You want wine, not beer. You want wine, not sanitizer. So these are bottles I bought, and we've also got bottles that people have donated to me as well from their old wine stock that they've already drank. So I'm using them as well. But this is good, love it. The wine comes out really well. I won't be making wine for a while now because I've got more than enough to last me. I just did it because I like doing it, and I do like wine. And I've been giving it a lot away too, so it's been great. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I've emptied all these bottles out, and we'll get onto it. So here we go. I'm going to start grabbing my my line here. Just empty out the sanitizer from my siphon. Like that. Get rid of some of this stuff. So I'll give you guys I'll give you guys a look at the brew just as before I start siphoning it out. So just get you on this camera. So in here, as you can see, is my wine. Hope that's stable enough for you guys to see. No bacteria, no nothing. It's really nice and clean. And you can see that it's set up nicely. There's a little red cap that normally goes on the end of this, and I've stuffed it right now where it is. Should have been with it. Now, I will find it one day, but it's going to be hard to hold this in the right position at the same time, because I don't want the dregs from the base. So I'm going to have issues here, I think. I'll just have to make do. So now I'm just going to go and pop you on the floor here so you can see what's going on. I need gravity. I need gravity to allow the fluid to extract from the carboy into my bottle. So I need it to be lower than the carboy to allow the gravity to actually feed into the bottle. So we'll get stuck into it, okay? So as you can see, one bottle. Now we've got to get this started, and the hard part about starting these is the tube. I put it inside the bottle now. I've learnt that you can actually do that, and it'll put a little bit of pressure on the pin inside and push it up a little, just enough to start the siphon. Oh, it's not actually doing it. Not happy about that, eh? Oh, that's because it's coming out. So there you go, my siphon has started. So my now issue here is I'm going to fill these bottles up, and the biggest problem I've got now is I can't let that touch the bottom. So I'll just fill these up. I'm going to taste one, but don't stress about that, I can tell you now. Put that lid on. Right, I learned something. What you have to do, open all the lids, put them all on the floor, and we'll go from one bottle to the next straight across. Which I should have done in the first place. How silly. I don't bottle much, but when I do, it is a nuisance. It is worth it, especially with wine, because you can divide up your drinks, you know how much you've been drinking. It's better for you, I think. But usually I don't bottle, I just keg. Now I'm doing this like this because I want to move from one bottle to the next without having to try and undo caps and all that stuff. So I'm just going to go for it like that. So we start again. Next bottle, pull this out juicy a bit. Actually, yeah, made a start. There's something else I found, in beer making. Oxygenating beer can detrimentally change the flavour of your beer, straight up. But what I found with wine, it didn't seem to be the same issue. Now, the last time I siphoned wine into a bottle, I got carbonation. There was carbonation left over, so I wasn't too pleased about that. This one, there's no carbonation in it, it's quite good. Just struggling to push the tip in, so this bottle must be a bit weird shaped. So anyway guys, I'll get back to you once I finish bottling these. See you soon. All right, now I'm finished the bottling part. That one's already been capped. Now I've got to cap them, but the problem I have now is that the caps have been sitting out in the open for so long. So I'm going to just quickly chuck them back into the sanitizer. Oh, especially that one. Oh, just to make sure the caps are all sanitized before I pop them back on the bottles. Yeah, just can only be safe. So just put them on tight, not too tight and not so tight that you'll cross thread them. And I'll just seal them all off. And these bottles now will be packed into a case or a box and stored until I decide when I'm going to drink them, if I'm going to drink them. Just going to have wine sitting around because it's just fun to do. Now, which one is that cap? I reckon it's that. Yep. Beautiful. Got a wolf blass. It's not a wolf blass. So I'm sure you can tell, maybe on this camera over here you can see it, I've still got a little bit of wine left. And I wouldn't mind salvaging it somehow. So I might just siphon that off into just a jug so I can use it later and drink it first so it doesn't get stale. And you don't want to waste it. It is actually good wine. So I'm going to get into it. I'll probably drink this today or tomorrow, or some of it, not all of it, and enjoy. So guys, this is my last wine video I'm going to do in the near future. Now, from now on, there's going to be a lot more beer brewing. As a lot of you would probably guess, I do like brewing beer. I do like my wine, of course, but I've got plenty of it now, so I don't have to brew anymore. So it'll last me a year, easy. So if you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and say hi. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.